The Pumpkin Podcast is the podcast, yeah, for you and me. Super quick one today. All right, we're not doing anything crazy, but I'm out and about, and I wanted to do a little quick one. All right. I don't even remember any of the questions. I'm going to try to remember some of them. I'm going to answer some of those. But, yeah, this is going to be super quick today. So, great fucking week, man. I had a great week. And, yeah, things are looking up, dude. Things are fucking looking up right now. Even in the Bread Army, things are a little more active. We're doing the fucking role-playing shit again. Estate's back. That's weird. If you want to know more about that, just ask me or Toast. So yeah, dude, no UFC event tomorrow. So I'm going to have my fun tonight, I think. Maybe a little bit tomorrow. Nothing crazy. I just had sushi with the wife. And yeah, dude, I had a great day today. Great week at work. Everything is good, man. So I want to start this off today by saying, all right, you guys all know I'm a 90s baby. I grew up in the 90s, you know, late 90s, early 2000s. That's where I kind of started to come into form. That's when I started to have a mind of my own. Well, there was an iconic figure of the 90s. Go. Sorry, I'm driving and some guy just tried to let me go and I'm like, nah, fuck you, you go. I don't want to be in front of someone who's gonna pressure me to go faster. Fuck you. I want to drive leisurely. So anyway, back to what I was saying. It's an iconic figure of the 90s. You probably all know the name. The name is Tupac Shakur. All right? When I was a little kid, he was mine and my mom's favorite rapper. All right, she owned, he had this double album that he put out, and we would listen to it together all the time. She was kind of a cool mom in that way. She had a lot of shortcomings, but one of the things that was cool about her was that she never censored me. She never like shielded me from things like that. She was always very open about allowing me to experience what the world has to offer and what people have to say, even if sometimes those things were hard truths or if some of those things were provocative. And I appreciated her for that. So I listened to a lot of Tupac when I was a kid, and I idolized the guy a lot. Well, as you all also probably know, or most of you, I don't know, some of you might not know, Tupac Shakur was shot. He was shot dead on the Las Vegas Strip. I think it was 1996. He attended a Mike Tyson fight that night, and after the fight, Tupac was in the parking garage. He was all amped up from the fight because Mike Tyson knocked out his opponent. I can't remember who it was. Shit, I should have fucking. I know who it is, but now that I'm trying to fucking think of it, you know, when you do that and then you can't think of whatever. He knocked his opponent out. Tupac was all hype in the fucking parking garage, and he was like, I want to fight someone now. You know, he was like a 25-year-old guy, you know, just, you guys will get it someday. You know, you're still pretty immature and you get like that. You get all excited. And, you know, I'm not going to get too speculative because who knows, but, you know, there were some guys who walked past him and his crew in the parking lot, and you know, he gave him a look, and that was that. Well, later that night, Tupac was in a car with his manager, a man by the name of Suge Knight, and they stopped at a red light, and next thing you know, bullets are raining through the passenger side. Suge Knight was driving, so the car pulled up on their right and started shooting into the passenger side where Tupac was sitting, and Tupac died. So that was 27 years ago. I was like 4 years old when that happened. And they never figured out who did it. And there's a lot of speculation. No one really knew. They thought that because Tupac was, he had a beef with Biggie at the time. And honestly, it was an unfounded beef. Like, honestly, they had problems with each other because of just simple miscommunications. And they started dissing each other on tracks. And they didn't even realize that they were doing it for no reason. That it was miscommunications, and that the sides that they were on, the East Coast and West Coast thing, I don't know if you guys know about that, but the East Coast, West Coast wars of the 90s in rap music, it was intense. People were dying. And they got caught up in that, and, there's a lot of details, but basically, one thought the other was dissing them, and then the other retaliated, and it just kind of became a back and forth of he said, she said, and then, they went from being good friends to hating each other and writing diss tracks about each other. So that kind of intensified a little bit, and so people thought that Tupac was shot by Biggie's people, because of he put out this diss track called Hit 'Em Up, and it's probably the greatest diss track of all time, to be honest with you. But so people, they connected the dots, and they were like, oh, okay, it was Biggie's people who killed Tupac. It's the only thing that makes sense. So the shooters, it was never discovered. No one ever knew. The case has been cold for 27 years, and finally, about a month ago, maybe a month or two ago, police officers in Vegas raided someone's home regarding the cold case, the Tupac case, for evidence of the shooting. Now, when that was reported, no details were let out. There was nothing specific. It was just that, hey, we think that this person might have been involved, and we're investigating. And that was it. That's all we got. So, I was sitting on that for like the last month or two, just thinking, maybe nothing will come out of it, because nothing has. My whole life, nothing has. Well, as of this week, someone was arrested and is being charged with the murder of Tupac Shakur. Finally. And the fucked up part is that, something like 5 or 6 years ago, this person wrote a book saying that they were involved in the shooting, saying that they know who pulled the trigger. And everybody just dismissed that as another, this guy's just trying to make a buck. He's trying to fucking, get famous. He's trying to sell a book and make money on the death of Tupac. And that's not like a far-fetched thing to think. A lot of people cashed in on his death. And a lot of people cashed in on Biggie's death. And the craziest thing about it is that, if you guys don't know about this whole thing, is that, I think it was 9 months later, 10 months later, after Tupac was shot, Biggie was shot. Biggie's apartment was shot up, and he died immediately. And now, that probably was Tupac's people. Because of the whole narrative that Biggie's people killed Tupac, those probably were people who, at least, were getting revenge for Tupac, whether they knew him or not. But it was definitely, that was definitely the reason why Biggie was killed. That, you can connect those dots, and that makes complete sense. There's no way that was just random or someone was just like, hey, fuck that guy. I know that guy. I'm going to kill that guy. It was definitely because of the Tupac thing. So, anyway. So they arrested this guy. And the only reason why they would have arrested this guy is if when they raided that house 2 months ago, they found evidence. They went over it. There had to be a whole investigation. You know, they had to do the whole procedural thing where it's like, is this, you know, without a shadow of a doubt, is this definitive evidence? And the only answer now is yes. Yes, it was. It was enough to arrest this person and charge them with the crime. And I just think that's fucking amazing, dude. Like, this cold case, like, I've been sitting on it since I was 4 years old, is finally, they finally fucking found the guy, dude. This is huge for me. Huge. This is like a huge cultural moment for everyone that's my age or, you know, 10 years older than me. Like, this is fucking massive right now. I can't even believe it's actually happening. I never thought I'd see the day. So that's just, you know, that's just one thing today. I mean, it's amazing. I cannot believe it, dude. It feels good. It actually feels good. So yeah, I wanted to get on here and talk about that and maybe answer a few questions. Yeah, last week I kind of wrote down a summary of what questions people asked, but I didn't want to do that today because I'm not going to answer all of them today. I'm just kind of going to gloss over them. I'm actually in my parking lot right now, and I want to head in soon and hang out with my family. But yeah, let me just answer a few random questions, and I'm going to get the fuck out of here. This is probably going to be my shortest episode ever, but I'm going to do one tomorrow, more than likely. So, all right. So, Mr. Duck, you asked me, do you like ducks? Yes, I do. I love ducks. It's probably my favorite water bird. I think ducks are awesome. I like feeding the ducks. I like looking at the ducks. I am fucking pro duck. But also, I like to eat ducks. I am not above eating a duck, dude. A roast fucking duck with like some orange marmalade, bro. Or some duck fried rice. Fucking come on. Delicious. Fucking love ducks. I love ducks in every aspect. I love them so much that I will fucking eat them. All right. Next question, if I can even remember any. Toast. Toast asked, what do you think of people who like summer? I don't know, dude. I think of them how I think of, you know, like most people. Because most people like summer, right? That's like the preferred season of like almost everyone, pretty much. Maybe like 80% of the population prefers it. But there is the type of person who tries to get me involved in summer activities, and I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like, you know, oh, come to the beach. Come to the beach. Do you want to go for a walk out in the sunny weather? I'm like, no, I don't want to do any of that. That sounds like a fucking nightmare to me. I don't want to do that. Why would I want to do that? Fuck that shit. Go get all hot and no. What do I care? I don't give a fuck if the sun's out more often, dude. Do you understand? The sun now is different from the sun from 20 years ago. I remember that sun. I didn't mind that sun. But the sun now is brutal. The sun now wants to fucking kill me. So no, I don't want to go out and do fucking summer shit with you. Stop it. All right? So I guess, yeah, that's what I think of those people. I mean, they're fine. They're good people. But don't try to get me to do shit. And then Bread Warrior asked me, what do you think of people who don't like summer? Well, pretty much the opposite. I think those are my fucking kind of people, dude. Like, those people know how to have fun when the sun's not out. Those people know that all the shit that you can do in the wintertime is more fun than the shit that you can do in the summer. Because in the winter, there's tons of shit that you can do. You can go snowboarding, you can go sledding, you can go bobsledding, you know, you can go ice skating, even though I've never fucking done it. You know, you can play ice hockey, even though I've never done it. Well, no, I have done that, but just in shoes. You know, you can have snowball fights, you can go to cool places that do, like, themed things for the winter, right? You can drink hot cocoa. You can bake a fucking pie in the middle of the day, and nobody's gonna be like, why are you making pie, dude? You can just do it. It's fine. And you can make, like, these little Christmas cocktails. I know, like, obviously that's just me, but, you know, yeah, you can make, like, little Christmas cocktails. You can build gingerbread houses if you want, even though I don't do that either. But, like, all these things are at your disposal. And you can hang up all the lights that you want, and nobody's gonna give a fuck. It's all the festive shit. I fucking love it. So anybody else who prefers that as well, that's my kind of person. All right, one more. I'm going to do one more. This is going to be a long one, I think, because it's really fucking difficult. All right, Frog dude, you ask fucking some crazy questions, but I love it. Keep them coming. All right, Frog asked me, what is your favorite MCU film? I feel like I don't need to elaborate because I feel like everybody knows what MCU is, but it's Marvel Cinematic Universe. I know, but I just feel like I need to clarify in case anybody doesn't know for some reason. What's my favorite Marvel film? Alright, well that's fucking difficult because it's like, there's like 1,000, dude. And like every character, pretty much every character is fucking like awesome in their own way. So, I mean, all right, I'll break it up into two categories, all right? All right. I'll break it up into teams, like team-up movies, and then single movies, standalone movies. So, in terms of a team-up movie, I gotta go with Avengers Endgame. Simply because it is the most perfect superhero movie. And not only that, but it's like a near perfect movie itself. Like somebody could just walk into that movie not having seen anything else in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and they could still love the movie. They could still understand what's going on, for the most part. You know, there's like little details that they might not get, but they'll be able to paint the picture themselves. I mean, it's just a great movie. It's absolutely perfect. It ties up so many loose ends. It ends the story. You know, everything was building up to something, and that's what we got, and it fucking delivered. You know, the acting was phenomenal. I mean, dude, Iron Man, Robert Downey Jr., dude, like that fucking guy. It was unbelievable. I was in the movie theater. I saw it in the movie theater, and all around me there's grown men crying. When you're able to do that, when your movie is able to do that, then you did something special. You did something that was an honorable fucking effort with what you were doing. So I gotta go with Endgame there. For standalone movie, I don't really want to call it standalone, but I mean for just like not a team up movie, just a single superhero movie. I mean, that's probably the most difficult one. I would say, oh, Jesus. I gotta do it, dude. I gotta say, it has to be a tie. It has to be a tie because I cannot dignify choosing one over the other. So I'm gonna say, it's a tie between the first Iron Man movie and the first Captain America movie. For anybody who knows, you know, what those superheroes are about and what those movies are, you've seen those movies, you know exactly why I'm saying that they're a tie. Those heroes are somehow so similar, but also at the same time so parallel. And you see that in the Civil War movie, right? It's like Like, they're the most, like, captivating characters. And I know some people take sides, right? Like, no, Iron Man's better because he's cooler and he has an attitude. Or no, Captain America is better because he's a badass and fucking, like, no one can beat him. I love both of them for all of those reasons. And I can't choose between the two. You know, it's like the Captain America movie, dude, the shit with the Nazis and I'm not gonna spoil anything for anyone who hasn't seen it, but like the Captain America movie is fucking badass. And same thing with the Iron Man movie, you know? You got the thing about the Iron Man movie is when I saw it, I'm a 9/11 baby. You know what I mean? I was like not 9 years old, 10 years old when 9/11 happened, or it was just before my 10th birthday, I think. Maybe. Yeah, just before my 10th birthday, 9/11 happened. So when you get like 5 years later and they come out with Iron Man and there's like terrorism in the movie, and I had grown up seeing all the fucking, up to that point I had seen all the Al-Qaeda beheading videos and shit. Seeing Iron Man like utilizing that form of like terror, I was like, oh my god, like I had goosebumps watching it. I was like, holy shit, like, because it was so surreal to me that they could do that the production company could actually do that, could use that type of like fear and like play on that like anguish that Americans were still feeling and utilize that to draw out our emotions in a superhero movie. I was like, this is amazing, dude. Like, I was captivated by it. You know, I had never seen something like that. And then you see, like, years later, more and more superhero movies started doing that, right? They started playing on that. Like the Dark Knight series absolutely did that. You know, they realized the success of Iron Man in utilizing, you know, the War on Terror and 9/11 and all that shit. And just being able to, like, pluck those strings and draw out those little emotions that were, like, so unique to us at the time. And so, you know, I gotta go with those two movies as a tie. And then, of course, Endgame. So I'm actually running longer than I wanted to, guys. So that's it for questions today. That's it for the podcast today. I'm going to upload a longer one tomorrow. And yeah, dude, I hope you all had a great fucking week. And please keep the questions coming. I love answering them. Some of them are just so, they make me so introspective that it takes me back. I'm taken aback by how much I have to say about certain things. So thank you again for listening. And yeah, I'm going to go fucking upload this and drink some beer. All right, bye.